Okay. Now we're cooking. Let's go live. Wait, hold on. I need to find the dealio. The dealio that one does here. I need to find the video link because I want to post this on Discord. Where be? There be. I think I've got it. I think I have succeeded. Possibly. Why is that link not doing the thing right? Oh, it is doing the thing right. Terrific. What is up, floor gang? We're back again for another whirlwind hanging out on the floor. Yeah, I'm having one of those. I'm in a very specific mood today. So, I did some paperwork this morning because I have an exciting announcement about a thing that's happening at the end of next week, which I will be telling you about next week. I'll be leading up to it throughout the week, but there's an announcement happening at the end of next week. So I did a bunch of prep for that today, and then I'm in one of those moods where I don't really. It's like 2:30. I don't really want to start a new project today. So I was like, I need something to do. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I was in an incredibly specific mood. I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do the following. I want to go hang out with a bunch of friends and run through the woods and fight orcs and just play pretend. But we can't do that because coronavirus. So instead, I'm doing this. This feels like at least a marginally productive use of my time, even though I'm streaming basically nothing whatsoever. But it's like, this is business. This is work. Sure. So I am doing this instead. For those who are new to Floor Gang, the situation is that it's just there's no real plan. It's just Q&A. Hang out, do whatever. But I need to zoom in on the chat first because I'm just looking at my main computer screen from way down here on the floor. And it's too small, guys. Alrighty, we're good to go. I'm sorry, I haven't read any comments yet. So, oh, thank you, Sophia. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scroll all the way back up to the start and read through these because I haven't read any of them yet, and I apologize. A lot of floor gang comments. This is good. That's the vibe. Thanks, Alexander Mazurenko. Where did I get that banjo? So you said it was a nice banjo, so thank you. I got given that banjo. I don't remember exactly where it came from. Like all good instruments, it just appeared one day. Yes, I am good, Kristin. These, the floor streams are. You might have answered this because I'm way back in the comments. No, I'm doing groovy. I'm just having that strange mental day. Whoa, another Finn. Finn Sainty. Spooky. Well, hello to you, my fellow Finn. Davis. Finn, I heard you were stuck on your floor. Life Alert is here to help. Well, thanks, Davis from Life Alert. I sure could use. I've fallen to the floor, and I can't get up again. Raymond asks, why do I not have more subs? My traditional answer is that I'm not a hot girl. But I was so my friend my friend Bridget O'Regan, she's a violinist and she's a YouTuber here. She we went to school together, and she sometimes sends me these messages that she gets, and they're all so just gross and terrible, like the worst of guys being grimy online. And it just makes me glad that I am not. uh, Women online have to go through so much more, just has to go through so much more than men do. So I am glad I do not have all of these creepy, uh, just really gross messages coming in. So I am, well, so I don't have more subs. I don't know. Maybe I need to start showing my feet. I hear that's important. Selling feet pictures. It's my OnlyFans. I'll get an OnlyFans, and it's just my feet. Big Falconova, you want a shout out? You got one, buddy. Bam! Gluten Tag. That's a funny pun. From Gregory Dame. Uh, Alexander Mazurenko asks, have I played Skyrim? You better believe it. Up until recently, it was my most played game, if we're just going by hours. I think I have 700 or 800 hours in Skyrim. Oh, that is just a terrific game. Well, I play Mario Kart with you, Davis. I have just nothing to play Mario Kart on, unfortunately. I don't have a console, a controller, a TV. I have none of the ingredients. Do a piano dub of the entire B movie. This is like when, I think it was like a year and a half ago. It might even be 2 years at this point. Um, where I made that gag video where I pretended to dub the entire Shrek movie. Um, and it wasn't on April Fools. That got some backlash. I remember I actually seriously considered dubbing the entire Shrek movie. And I was like, what am I going to need? My rough estimate was that if you wanted me to piano dub the entire Shrek movie, I'd need like 3 months of just that. It makes you wonder if it's worth it, because if something like that would go, it would either underperform and it would not be worth the time I'd put in, or it'd be one of those videos with like 8 million views. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it someday, or maybe I'll do the B movie. But not right now. What do I believe was my biggest success? asks Calxone. That's difficult to pronounce. I think by the numbers, steamed hams still. Although the weight don't tell me Piano Dub is about to pass it in views. Steamed hams really was the Kickstarter for everything. It was the catalyst. Raymond asks, will I ever do more theme songs? Yeah, likely. Those are pretty common ones for me to dub. At the moment, I'm mostly doing shorter memes of piano dubs of memes. But theme songs are definitely not out of the running, whether it be piano or a full band. James Bryan, you fools, Couch Gang is the way to go. Excuse me, Mr. Bryan. Who do you think you are? Coming into my Floor Gang stream and just flagrantly flaunting your Couch Gang colors? You're looking to get messed up, son. I'm gonna do that thing that Eddie Burback does, where he posts these 10-second videos on Twitter where he's like, if you guys don't watch my next video, and the perspective is he's talking to his phone and he just starts beating his phone. I'm gonna do that to you, James Bryan. Through the computer screen, I will unleash vengeance for the Floor Gang. Oh wow, underneath all these different gangs coming in. Yoga Ball Gang, Booth Gang, Chair Gang, Bed Gang. I suppose this can be a place where many gangs can coexist, so long as that we are very clear, as long as that we're 100% clear, that Floor Gang is numero uno. This is a monarchy. Have I watched Clone Wars? Asks Barry Beckett. And no, I haven't. And I kind of regret it because I hear it's fantastic. And I like Star Wars. And Obi-Wan is my favorite character. Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan is my favorite character in all of the movies. Now I know it's not the Ewan McGregor doesn't voice Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars cartoon, but I just want more Obi-Wan. I'm stoked for the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan series that's coming up. Haruko Myers asks what instrument I can't play that I wish I could. Cello. It's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. And I don't have one, which is the biggest impedance to me playing it. Maybe one day I will get one and learn it. Gregory asks, what kind of carpet is this? It looks comfy. It's wall-to-wall carpet, and beyond that I have no answers. It is comfy, else I would not sit on it. Oops, I lost my spot here. Uh-oh. 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 I've lost it all. Oh, geez. Oh, I found it. Here we go. Aaron McAvey, a Dove of the Life Alert commercial. That might be funny. I don't know what the Life Alert commercial is off the top of my head, except for the I've fallen and I can't get up part. But I'm going to write that down to watch it, because that is the sort of thing that could really get piano dubbed. Lord Billy asks, I don't want to assume genders, so Finn, what is your gender? I am a straight white male. I am the patriarchy. Woo! The world is built for me. Sophia asks, I have a biology quiz tomorrow and I haven't even read the material. Should I keep procrastinating or do my work? I'm very much an advocate of doing your work, although kind of ironically, I'm not, and doing this stream instead. I think you should. I think that has value to you as a human being, Sophia. Fortunately, oh wait, we might be in different time zones. So you might have lots of time, or you might have not lots of time. But I would at least give it an honest shot. Coxstone asks, I'm an aspiring musician and was wondering if there's any advice you could give me. That is a very broad question. So I'm gonna say, ask me something a little more specific. Music is a big field. Doing it as a career is a huge field. Um, if you have a more specific question, I can give you a better answer. What's my newest most played? Neverwinter Nights, which actually came out in the early 2000s, but I've been playing a ton of it lately. Rhino Few asks, am I doing another music video analysis vid? I have nothing planned at the moment, no. I I'll tell you this though, as far as content stuff. Um, because I hold on, I gotta get chapstick here. My lips are perpetually dry, no matter how hydrated I am. I'll tell you this about content. I go through lots of phases with content. Right now, I'm just doing piano dubs while all my multi-instrument efforts go towards finishing my album. Once the album is done, then I really want to sort of sit down and assess and find something. Because I want to do something I can be 100% behind creatively, which has been a real challenge for me as a YouTuber. I've done lots of different things because not one of them has been completely satisfying to me as a creative outlet. So, Write Me a Song came the closest, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll pick that up again. Maybe I'll do something. I'm not sure, I gotta figure it out. Music analysis vids might be part of it, it might not be. I have heard of Enderall, Trackbad Timmy, which is the Skyrim conversion mod. Yeah, I've heard very good things, but I haven't played it. I'm not playing Skyrim at the moment, but I think if I dive into it again, I will probably give Enderall a shot. Am I ever going to make a vlog about how I make the dubs? Nope, it'd be really boring. I am a dry talker. That's just the way it be. I am not one of my greatest flaws as someone who makes videos on YouTube for a living is that I'm not very interesting to just watch. I need to be doing something to be entertaining. So that's why I don't vlog. I mean, also, I don't want people I don't want to I don't want to have my life be a show. There's even if you've watched me since I started growing, um, which is 2.5 years ago. Even if you've watched me that entire time, even if you've watched every single video, I guarantee that there is a lot about my life you do not know, which is very intentional. Thanks for the kind words, Game to the Max Central. Who writes? So, Finn, my name is Finn MK Knuckles. I regret making that the truth. I first heard about you when I heard a vocoded version of the SpongeBob We're Not Talking About This dub. I then saw the video of you doing that piano dub. It was so good, which is a very nice thing to say. Thank you. Okay, I gotta take a look here. I might just be so... Okay, I am going to... I know I've... How far behind am I in this chat? Oh god, I'm pretty far. Okay, I am skipping all the way to the bottom of the chat. So if you have a question that I haven't answered, then write it again, because I want to at least be, like, caught up here. Actually, no, screw it. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep on how I've been keeping on. I have established this as the precedent. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna miss a single comment. But I am going to be very behind. That's just the way this one's gonna work out, ladies and gents. I thank you for your concern, a potato, about how I'm gonna hurt my butt if I keep sitting on the floor. But this is a pretty comfy floor. I recommend sitting on it sometime. Kevin asks, how's the album coming along? She good. I have been really productive on it, which is great. This last week, I have been a little distracted because there are things that as I grow as a YouTuber, I start needing to take care of. I start needing to put more and more time towards the business side of it, talking with companies that I'm working with, negotiating sponsorships and all that, which is very exciting in its own way. But does take away some of my creative time. Nonetheless, album progresses. She getting there. She getting there, and she good. She good. Mr. Apple, can you be guitar stand gang? You can be whatever gang you want, so long as you know that floor gang reigns supreme on this channel. My house, my floor, my rules. Couch gang is pretty cringe. Oh. Whoa. Gregory Tame, hardwood floor gang is best floor gang. That's intense. Nathan asks, have I ever thought about hopping on the music trend train for dubs? You know what I mean? Like Megalovania and Dance Monkey. Yes, I have considered it. No, I have not done it. As for why, I mean, there are good reasons case by case. Like Megalovania, for example, wouldn't make a good dub. It's already a very complete production, so I would just make things really muddy if I added anything on. So if I wanted to do something with Megalovania, I could do a cover, which I don't really want to do, or I'd have to figure out something else, but it just wouldn't work as a dub. A lot of those meme songs that are finished and complete don't really work as dubs because they're so produced. There are rare exceptions, like Old Town Road, when that came out. I saw a lot I could do with that, but I don't know. I always flip-flop between wanting to make dubs of really mainstream things and dubs of weird old niche internet stuff. I don't know. I guess the honest answer is, like, Why haven't I made dubs of those types of things? Because I didn't feel like it. And there's really no bigger logic than that at its core. Mr. Apple asks if I own a melodica. I do not. That'd be neat. And James Bryan asks, is Write Me a Song over, or is it just on pause? Yes, I mentioned that before. I might pick it back up. I might not. Me no. JonTron's Vive la Revolution bit could make a good dub. I watched that video. Kid Nation, man. That's some wacky stuff. Actually, the problem now that I think about it with that Vive la Revolution bit is that there's loud music in the background of it, which makes it funnier, but also makes it not easy to dub, if I'm remembering correctly. But maybe I'll take another look, because that could be fun if there is no music in the background. Oh, you know what? I'm so behind on this chat that I have just gotta go to the bottom here. I deliberated about it before. This time I'm doing it. I was just so far behind. So I'm skipping all the way to the bottom, and I'm gonna try and be a part of the conversation. Oh lordy. Nathan asks, how much effect does the estimated popularity of what I dub influence my choice? A fair deal. Like if there are often old things I want to dub that I know will not get a lot of views. So I have to sort of pace those out, and um, like I have to wait until I have a video that performs well, or a dub that is much more topical and modern to sort of balance things out. I can't do only old weird niche stuff, but if I only did the top trending stuff, then eh, I don't know. Then I would miss doing the weird non niche stuff. Oh, Aaron, that's a great question. What do I do if I cannot play or do not have an instrument that I want in a dub? The number one option I normally go to is synthesize it. I have lots of virtual instrument packs, which I will shamelessly use. With dubs, it's trickier. I do almost no virtual stuff with dubs because the whole point is to play the instruments along with it. Even if it's like a music dub, even if I'm not hitting every syllable of speech, but just beefing up a song, the point there is still to actually be playing the parts. So I will sometimes use little synths to beef up a mix. But if I really have an instrument I can't play or don't have, I will do it virtually, or I will just bite the bullet and arrange that part for a different instrument. Sophia, that's wonderful. And yeah, it's noon. You have lots of time. You'll do great. Gustavo, am I thinking about doing another Eric Andre show dub? Yeah, maybe. That's one of those ones there. That's kind of an old niche one. at least in the, in the current climate. The Eric Andre show ended a few years ago. But man, do they make fantastic dubs. The Eric Andre dubs are some of my favorite ones because there's just so much to them. It's so chaotic, and I can do so much with the emotions of them. So maybe. Do I sometimes use autotune in my dubs? Depends on the dub. Stuff like the Billy Bass dub, where that one's a cappella, and that's just sort of like chaotic, terrifying vocals. There's no autotune in that one. And then in ones like, to use it as an example again, the Old Town Road dub, yeah, the vocals are auto-tuned to smooth out harmonies and stuff. So it depends on what kind of effect I'm trying to achieve. Bill, that's awesome. I was learning to play piano for 6 years, but got discouraged and quit. You inspired me to pick back up. That's so cool. I'm very glad I can have done that for you, and I hope you're enjoying it this time. Am I ever gonna do more Homestar Runner dubs? Hopefully. Homestar Runner was such a formative shaper of what I find funny. So yeah, presumably. Presumably. Muppets dub. Ole gamer Roblox. Muppets dub. Maybe. I've never done a Muppets dub. I need a good bit. You know what I could see myself doing a dub of? Is a dub of the theme song to Fraggle Rock. That would be awesome. How am I doing today? Asks a very tall midget. I'm doing great. Having a good day. Aaron asks, I know you do collabs sometimes. How do I choose who I want to ask to collab with? Well, I'll let you in on a little YouTuber's secret, Aaron and everyone else. Not everyone I ask to collab with me collabs with me. I'm not popular enough. I like, to be fair, some of them are very big YouTubers, and I'm just like shot in the dark. Want to do a video together? I've got this idea. And sometimes they say no, or sometimes they just don't respond. As for the ones who do respond, how do I choose them? It's if I think they can add something. I'm not ignorant to the fact that getting a collab with a big YouTuber can do a whole lot numbers wise. But it's got to have that and something worthwhile. It's got to be like, I have to contribute something creatively or comedically, something tangible. I don't just want to like shoehorn a person in because they're popular. So I typically ask musicians. I mean, I think I've only really collabed with musicians. Shrug. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen in this crazy business? Like 3 years from now or 2 years from now, maybe I won't even be making dubs at all, and I'll be like a host on some entertainment show like Inside Gaming. I don't know. Who knows what'll happen? I'm sort of at the point, career wise, where I'm ready to hop on opportunity, even if it's like weird or off kilter, to at least give it a shot. Izzy asks, "How's the floor?" And let me tell you, Izzy, it's florific. It's floortastic. It's floornominal. Ooh, great piano question. Charcoke asks, "Is it worth getting a keyboard with weighted keys?" Yes, it absolutely is. I miss playing acoustic pianos, and a weighted key stage piano, a digital stage piano, It's sort of the best you can get that isn't the real thing as far as feel goes. Finn is gonna become Kermit's voice actor. Kermit the Frog here. Wah! Have you considered dubbing the grizzly bear bit from Eric Andre? I think that one would be great. That could be pretty funny. That is a funny bit, just because Eric breaks. He's just like, I don't like this bit anymore. Oh, that is a funny bit. It's a funny, just real life. Cooper says, I came here from Jack's Films and stayed after listening to your opera dub of The Devil's Hands Are a Little Plaything. Lordy. And I really liked it. Your stuff is amazing. Thank you very much. I hope to do more big bonanzas like that. Kristin, no, that is not the announcement next week. I'm not becoming a game show host, but don't think for a second that I wouldn't be very good at it. I feel like I could be very good at being a game show host. I can give her the zazz, the hoopspa, as they say. Ooh, good question, Nathan. How and why did I get to voice someone in Songs of War? So, for those of you who don't know, Songs of War is a Minecraft animation series by Black Plasma Studios. They're one of the biggest Minecraft animation channels on YouTube, and they really do incredible animations. Like, I was wowed when I saw the quality of their work. So how did I get a part in the Songs of War series? Which, by the way, you wait till season 3, then Marcus really starts kicking. I've mentioned before that in my pre-YouTube days, I pursued various side creative gigs while I was doing my main career of scoring films and games. One of those gigs was voice acting, and I got that part. That's the simplest thing. They put out a public audition, and I auditioned for a few characters, and they gave me Marcus. I can't remember if I actually auditioned for Marcus, but they ended up giving him to me. And I'm stoked to be a part of it. Then like development went on for a year and a half because they wanted to get just like every episode finished before they released the first one. And so by the time they released the first episode, like 2 years had passed, and now I was a YouTuber and not a voice actor. So it seems like it's out of the blue, but it's not so much. Another voice acting question. How do I feel about how everyone hated my Australian accent for an educational channel? I think it's hilarious. It's my funniest foible in the online world. It cracks me up cuz it's so bad. They shouldn't have let me get away with it. And I remember in our chats when before I recorded that, I was like, I can only do a comedy Australian accent. I can only do a hilarious one. And they're like, it's fine. And I was like, okay. So I did it, and of course it was terrible. And then they released the video, and it got 1 million views, and all of the comments were about how the accent of the narrator was so bad. So they unlisted the video. Oh man, that is like, what an achievement. How many people can say they got a video that popular unlisted because their terrible Australian accent just ruined it? That's an achievement. It's such a better story than if I'd just done a good accent and the video was fine. So that's one of my favorite voice acting stories. Oh yeah, so it's about Anzac Day, and it's on the channel Simple History. I don't even know if you'd be able to find the original video. I know they enlisted. They got a new voice actor. That's really funny. But yeah, simple history. Try it out if you can find it. Hey, Felix. Cooper says, I never got to watch the Monty Python movies or shows, and listening to your cover of Always Look at the Bright Side of Life got me want to watch them. You should. They are great. It's just true British comedy. Well, Felix, that is good to hear. I am very excited about it too. So, well, yeah, I guess we're announcing it on stream. Felix and I and another musician um, have been cooking up a big collab video, but I won't say anything else until it's actually released, which will be on Felix's channel. So, get amped. It's gonna be good. James Bryan asks, how does it feel to have been featured on the second SGN episode? Real cool. Real cool. Chris, the custom character, asks, is this like an Instagram live? Probably. I mean, the live stream as a software is not solely limited to Instagram. Most platforms have their own version of live streaming. This is YouTube's live streaming. Yep, it's live. I'm here right now, in the moment. We're doing this together, floor gang. Hoip, hoip. That'd be a good shirt. Just hoip, hoip. With hoip, hoip just written across the front. When is my next piano dub? I don't know. I mean, I know which one I'm doing. I have the content planned. I just haven't done it yet. So it'll be sometime soon. Hunter asks if I have Discord. Yeah, I do. There is in fact there is an official FinMK Discord server, which is maybe linked in the description of this video. I don't even know. I wonder if I can access it from here. No, I don't think I can access. Oh no, I probably can't. Oh no, I can. The FinMK Discord server is linked in every one of my videos. Just look in the description. Yeah, York, you're on YouTube right now. We're all on YouTube. We are all YouTube. Is YouTube my only source of income? It and like the things I'll say being an online personality is my only source of income. So it's like YouTube and Patreon, and then like sponsorships, and then commissions and stuff that come in because I am known on the internet. So yeah. Where's my water? Have I ever done live performances in person? Yep. done a bunch solo with the band and in the future for sure. Let's see what other quests we got. Do I listen to Lemon Demon? Not regularly. Him or Neil Cicierega. I'm Cicierega? I do not know how to pronounce it. Not regularly, although I like his stuff. Do I have any animals? Nope. Just my dreams. Roar asks, if I were invited to work with your coterie for music and comedy stuff sometimes, would I dig that? Or if we did an animated music video with one of your songs, would that be okay? Go nuts. For making an animated music video. That'd be awesome. That'd be very cool. I mean, at the moment, I'm not working with anyone because I'm just trying to get my album done. If you have like a legit business offer of some kind, then feel free to email me. But I would not expect anything for the next few months at least. Also, coronavirus, so who knows? Yoips. Oh, thanks, Kevin. I have done commissioned dubs before. It's not to say that it's not my jam, but I opened up commissions for I had them open for like a month last year. And I might do it again. And I've done ones even outside of that. Like if people have emailed me and be like, hey, I need this. Bad way to start an email. It's like, hey, I have this idea. I'll pay you for it. Do you want to do it? If I'm interested enough, then I do it. But generally, I don't do commissioned dubs. You got to come to me with an interesting offer, essentially. Interesting idea, fair pay, so on and so such. Is late night piano on tonight? No, tonight is Thursday. Late night piano is tomorrow. What's the hardest instrument to compose or write music for? Asks Lerema. I struggle with writing drum beats all the time, so I imagine that would be the hardest. The hardest instruments to write for are the ones that you do not play yourself. So when I'm writing orchestral music, I know, I know the academia of writing for woodwinds. I think probably woodwinds are my toughest challenge. Strings, I know I'm just more familiar with. Brass instruments I play, but woodwinds I am very unskilled with. So even though, working at the transpositions and hearing sort of the right stuff in my head is there, my woodwind parts tends to be less interesting. Like I know I'm not using them to the best of their ability, so it's something to work on. Am I gonna do short comedy songs again sometime? Yeah, probably. Look at this shirt. Oh man, that video. Look at this shirt. How does that go again? That was one where my one shirt had so many holes in it and I was getting rid of it. That's from a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I've done silly songs consistently um, throughout my YouTubing time. They're never the bread and butter of things. They sort of get sprinkled in every once in a while. So, yeah, those will keep happening. Hunter asks if I have Reddit. No, I do not. Reddit is too toxic for me. I don't even look at. I know my videos get shared there, um, and I just don't even. I don't even look at Reddit comments. There's so much more negative than is fun or useful to look at. Some of them are just mean. That's a great point about the bassoon, Aaron. Yeah, I think it's sort of in its best when it is working as that bridge. Um so often, I mean, your trombones might have melody, but a really nice harmonic texture is if your trombones are an octave above your tuba, and then your bassoons are occupying like the third to sixth range above the trombones, and they just flesh out this middle harmony. It just enrich makes the full orchestral mix so much richer. But that's like an example of, I know bassoons work well there, but I should know where they work well everywhere. I'm just trying. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. Have fun editing, Felix. Looking forward to seeing it. Evgen Kletka, bro, sending so much love from Russia. Yeah, bro. Back over to you from Canada, bro. I am a fan diddly Ann of Ned Flan Diddly Anders. What time is it for me? Asks I'm Fwee. It's Fwee 30. the the FBI asks, "Do you pay taxes?" Yes, I do. However, I am not a citizen of the United States, so you can suck my rod, FBI. Stick it to the man. But respect the man in Canada, because that's where I am a citizen. Nathan asks, "Will I ever release merch?" Um, I don't know. Someday I want to do the FinMK snow globe as a limited edition item. Someday it'll happen, maybe. We need more Flandid Leander's dubs, eh? Perhaps, perhaps. The dubs, trying to pick a dub is a weird situation where there's so much material already in the world that I literally have a lifetime supply of things to choose from. And at the same time, sometimes I just can't pick one or nothing is speaking to me. It's like looking in the fridge when you're hungry and it's full of food, but there's nothing you want. Um, oh man, Red Graves. I misread your question, uh, which asks, "Is this the worst thing to happen to you in 3 years?" And I thought it said, "What is the worst thing to happen to you in 3 years?" And I'm like, wow, what a dark question. Um, is this stream the worst thing to happen to me in 3 years? No, far from it. What do I think happened to Jared 3 years ago? It's the source of all of our questions. Not even Jimmy knows. I like, so it's from the JonTron video. Um, just the way that Jared delivers that line is so funny, and I can't pinpoint why. It's like, this is the worst thing to happen in 3 years. It's so specific, and oh man, it just makes me laugh. Family Guy dubs? Yeah, probably someday. Seems likely. I've done Family Guy dubs before, but I think they've always been of songs. I don't think I've ever done a speech dub of Family Guy, just a piano dub for bits of speech. Have I ever joined a band or an orchestra? Yeah. In high school, I was in our school's orchestral band. Um, and then I was also in our region's band, the regional band, as it was known. And I played trombone in that. What's my favorite place I would like to travel to or have traveled to? That's a fantastic question. I have very fond memories of going to Italy when I was 15 for 10 days with my high school orchestral band. And we brought our instruments and we did sort of a performance tour. And it was a once in a lifetime trip. Like, I'm never gonna go to Italy with 100 of my friends to play music again. Probably. Like, that was pretty wild. What a trip. Where would I like to go most is Egypt. I've always wanted to go to Egypt, and I have never gone. So I will do that before I go, before I shuffle this off this mortal coil. Mike Shatter asks, where do I keep all my clones, the ones that sing and play instruments for you? Me. Well, you'll be happy to know that I keep them out in the shed and I feed them a crude paste. It's not much, but it is better than cigarette butts, which is what they'll eat if they have nothing else. You gotta watch out for them. And they just I keep them there until I need to film a video. Kevin asks, what can we as your fans do to best support me? You. I always dive between person, which is a very thoughtful question. Oh, yeah, no. I guess if you want a legit answer, it's to support me on Patreon because I get like YouTube takes a big percentage of stuff, generally 50%. So like they take 50% of all of the ad revenue I earn and like 50% from super chats. So like all the donations from this live stream, I only get half of that. Patreon, I get more like 90%. So that's really the number one way. Patreon has really saved my butt. From a more like emotional level, what can you do to support me? Just I be honest, which sounds cheesy, but I'm getting to the point where like when I'm working with companies on sponsorships and on other projects and stuff, there's I haven't really felt it yet, but there's sort of a growing pressure as you become a bigger and bigger figure, um, to make creative choices. And because I just do everything myself for this channel, I commission out artwork, and I think that's about it. I do everything else, all the filming, all the editing, all the playing and recording, on all the creative direction and choosing what kinds of videos to make. Um, there's not really anyone to check me if I mess up, or like if I make bad decisions. Like, no one is here to check me. No one is here to be another voice and say, "Oop, you should not do that and do this instead." So for that, I kind of rely on you guys, and like specifically, and not really every viewer, every comment, but specifically people that I see around frequently. So like a lot of you, I've seen you in other live streams, and I've seen your comments on videos. Like, I know you, or in, like, in the Discord server. Like, I know you by username. Um, so those sorts of people who you guys stick around, um, because you have a vested interest, is wild. But with that too, I want to make sure that you are not just being yes people. So that, like, if I do something bad, if I do something wrong or objectionable, that you just don't sugarcoat it and just tell me, because that is going to help, keep me on track and keep me grounded. So that's the thing. That's the thing you can do. The melon. Hey, there is a stool right there. Get off the floor, idiot! Well, see, the melon, here's the thing. If I did that, then I would have to call this stream Hanging Out on the Stool. And that really does not sound good. Besides, the floor is comfy. Although I do love this stool. It is a family heirloom. Not okay asks, I know this is an old thing, but how much fun did I have during that old giant collaboration? So presumably you're talking about the Pokemon theme song. I loved it. I love spearheading big projects. Organizing all of that, getting all these people together, having the big final product come together. I love it. I want to do more about. I want to do more stuff like that. Obviously, those can't be regular things because they take a long time to organize and work together. But I'd like to do. I'd like to involve collaborations. I'd like to do. I generally love doing collaborations, and I'd like to do more of them. And I will definitely incorporate them some way, probably depending on the concept, into whatever thing I do for this year's week of. 2 years ago, we had theme song week. Band Geeks week. Last year, we had theme song week. I don't know what week event I'm doing this year, but it's going to be an extravaganza, I suspect, which will involve collaborations, I hope. Uh, 22, Alex C1. Any dubs you've considered but didn't do because too few would understand the reference? No, that doesn't really hold me back. I mentioned before how I try and space out stuff that's topical with stuff that's older and weirder and niche. I think the stuff that I pick is not so like the old niche weird stuff that most people won't get. Even the ones I pick for those dubs aren't so completely unknown that no one is going to get them. I think even like even stuff that's the most obscure things, which are like the Melody Sheep song, the Symphony of Science, um, Glorious Dawn, which is the auto-tuned Carl Sagan um, song, and that was a hit like 13 years ago or something. That's about as obscure as dubs will get, and even that, there were a bunch of people that knew it immediately and recognized it. So those sorts of things aren't going to happen every time, but I've never once worried about something being too niche or too referential for people to get, because people are so my audience is so well versed in the internet that like you guys will out niche me. Your collective knowledge is weirder and wider than mine ever will be. So even the strangest, weirdest things I can find, you guys will know about. Some of you will know about them. Thank you, York. That's very kind of you. Liram asks, who drew my YouTube banner with me running and carrying all the instruments? That would be Bryden Wu. He is a tattoo artist and a visual artist. Um, and his Instagram is linked in my channel's About tab. We also went to high school together, and I have used him for basically all of the channel art. Actually, I think literally all of the channel art. I love his art. It's great. Are the snacks free or is there a fee? um, the fee, there is a fee. It is kindness. You got to be kind to the people around you. You do that and you get free snacks. You get snacks. They're not free. Goodbye, hopefully existing. You are doing the leave. Nathan asks, have I ever thought about appointing mods for these live streams? Maybe. They're not really big enough to demand moderators yet. Like, if the chat was going by so quickly that I couldn't reasonably read it, then I would get mods. We're already at the point where it's hard to keep up. Like, you see, like, I'll get behind in the chat, but it's still manageable. I don't know. If we get more people, then I'll probably get mods. Yeah, I did do the Dean's Peanut Rap already. I did it with Steve Badak, who some of you know as Sub-Kilohertz Oscillations. He's a bassist. Any videos that I was surprised with how many views they got? Yeah, I mean, lots of them. Some videos get lots of views and I don't expect it, and the opposite situation happens. That's just part of being a YouTuber. I think a lot of the piano dubs, a lot of the older piano dubs that have gotten vocoded, which is its whole other conversation, have gotten lots of views that feel weird because, I don't know. Yeah, I just like, okay, great example. Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is my second most viewed video and is about to become my most viewed video. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why it has so many views. It is not even remotely one of the best piano dubs. It is it's okay. I made it in like 15 minutes. It's god. But the vocoded version of it has like 4 million views, so there's same with Hot Food. The vocoded version of Hot Food has like 5 million views. So all of them come over to the piano dub. Although that one I really do like. Would I ever use Twitch exclusively? Probably not. I only stream once a week. These hanging out on the floor things are not regular or anything. So I don't have a concern about that I'd need to, if I streamed like I want to say 3 to 5 hours minimum every week, I would probably switch to Twitch. But I do not, so no. Nadav asks, "Are you a nerd like us?" I am a nerd, but I'm not happy about it. I'm resigned to my nerdship. Would I ever go to space if given the opportunity? Totally. Absolutely. That would be incredible. Who wouldn't? I wouldn't become an astronaut because I'm not willing to put in the many years of schooling, work, and training. Also because I'm too tall to become one. But if given an opportunity to go to space, when technology advances and such things become more plentiful and all that, I would absolutely take it. That would be wild. Do I think Fallen Kingdom is my best dub? No, but I do really like it. Frank! Danny Duncan. The legend himself. Do I think I would be able to improvise a dub on the spot? Nope. Well, I could improvise, like I can I can pick up a song and play along to it. That's not a problem. But improvise precise free rhythm timings to speech patterns? Nope. Oh, okay. That is a very good question. So Nathan asks, have I ever hoped or expected for a shout out from my dubs like the Some Good News one that did get shouted out by John Krasinski? Um, I never expect anything, but boy howdy, do I hope for it sometimes. Especially, okay, so here it's literally the whole reason I got Twitter. I don't tweet personal stuff. Go to my Twitter page. There's not like any of my personal opinions on there. I I don't same reason like I don't care about tweeting or posting pictures on Instagram or anything. Uh, full disclosure, I'm gonna be I've never hidden this. Those places are just business tools for me. They are not for my own pleasure. If I was not a YouTuber, I would not have them. They exist solely to reach new audience, including people. So, for example, um, the like when I make a piano dub or a dub of another YouTuber's work, me tagging them in the posts on on Twitter when I make it is not an accident. It's to get their attention because, of course. Um, and when I've done dubs, um, so the Some Good News one is a great example where I literally phrased the tweet as if I was talking to John Krasinski, where it's like, "Hey John Krasinski, da 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 da, your intro needed a little more pop." Of course, so like he very well may not have never seen it. He very well may have never seen it, and that's totally fine. And I would go on, and nothing would be different. I wouldn't, like because I don't go in with any expectation. But had I not done that, if I did not have Twitter as a platform, he would not have seen that. So, yeah, I absolutely made it with the hope that's like, you know what? It's like, this will be a dub, and I can do some fun creative stuff with it. But also, maybe, if I get a retweet from John Krasinski or something, then that's huge. And that did happen. It doesn't happen every time. But it happens, I think, like now, sort of with the size my channel has gotten to. and with the sort of the A-list YouTubers and those who have taken notice of me already, at this point, if I dub someone's work, I would say odds are they are going to see it sooner or later. That has happened with every dub I have made of like a YouTuber or an online personality's work. Like I think the past, like I would say 15 or 20 dubs, they've all eventually gotten noticed by the original creator, which is really cool for me. It's amazing to have that kind of reach. So to finally answer the question, do I hope or expect shoutouts and stuff like that when I make dubs of people's work? I don't expect it, but I certainly do hope for it. Why would I not? I'll say though, I never choose a dub to make based on the assumption that it will get a shout out after it is made. That's always like a happy it's like a happy bonus, happy side plus to it. It's always about how it's always about like, is it topical? Can I do something good with it? Like, can I make something creative with it? That's what it all comes down to. Every other part of it plays some little role, but ultimately, no. I mean, like it's whether I can do something creative with it. That's the main thing. Ooh, it's a great question. I'm not like those other YouTubers. I'll tell you, I'll spill the full beans, just no filter on how the business side of things work. Finn, how does it feel to have crossed over from being a normal person to a celebrity? I think you are vastly overestimating my level of renown. I do not feel like a celebrity. My day-to-day life has not changed at all. Like no one has ever recognized me in the street. Um, I I don't have more money than I used to. I it's this is it feels I feel very fortunate, but this is my job. You know, it's not I don't feel like a celebrity. Who is my dream YouTuber to collab with? Uh Probably Jacob Collier. Man, if we just did some insane musical thing, that would be stunning. Not okay. That's another good question. Would I say Jack's Films, Some Good News, and Captain Sparkles helped my channel grow, or did their shoutouts barely help? Three very different degrees to that question. So, um, I will say not at all, a little bit, and a ton. Let's just go in the order. Has Jack's Films helped my channel grow? Massive amounts. And that's because of consistency, really, like repeated shout outs, like repeated retweets and all that sort of thing. He's stopped into one of the late night piano streams. He shouted me out in his content awards video. That's helped a ton, absolutely. Captain Sparkles, the shout out from the Revenge dub, yeah, helped a little bit. I got a healthy dose of traffic to the Revenge dub and new subscribers from that. And with Some Good News, not at all. Isn't that wild? The true A-list celebrity giving me a direct shout out helped my channel grow 0%, which was a little disappointing, honestly, but I get why it happened. And it is a simple matter, I believe, of mechanics. And let me break this down for you. You'd think being shouted out in a video by such a big person and, oh geez, floor is lava. So you'd think being shouted out by a true A-list celebrity in like a video with like 13 million views would be a really big deal, especially because it's right at the front. The shout out of my dub of his is right at the front, and you think that'd be wild. But Here is a technical question for you. Let's say someone sees that bit. They see that bit and they say, "Wow, that was neat. I gotta go check out this Finn guy." How do I do that? So their thing is this. They've got to go from the Some Good News video to my channel to subscribe. That would be like the true gain. And for them to do that would take so many steps. I will break it down. They see me in the video. Specifically, they see my tweet to John Krasinski. That's what he linked. However, there's no actual direct link on the Some Good News video. So if they want to find me, what they have to do is they have to go to Twitter, manually search for my Twitter account. They find that. Then they have to go to my Twitter account, and maybe they follow me there. But if they really want to follow me on YouTube, they then have to find the link to my YouTube channel on my Twitter account, which I mean is like right there in the front. And then they have to click over to that, and then they have to click the subscribe button. And all of this is assuming that it's an audience. Ooh, that super chat's gone. Floor is no longer lava. That was scary. Ooh, freaky. And that's all assuming that like there's going to be a significant audience crossover from Some Good News to me, which is not the case. With that combined with that, there's actually so many steps that you would have to take, and each step you discourage more people. That I essentially got like that tweet got retweeted a lot specifically. But I didn't really get any new followers on Twitter or YouTube. And the video on YouTube performed fine. It has like 15,000 views. But it was no big deal or anything. So it depends on the nature of the shoutout as to how effective it's going to be in actually growing the channel. Ooh. Well, I am just about ready to wrap up here. I will answer a couple more questions. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll throw this one in for free to answer you, Nathan. Did I gain any Twitter followers from SGN at all, or was it actually nothing? It was like, I would say, like maybe 50. Maybe. Is essentially nothing. Yeah. What are you going to do? It was still very cool that it happened. I take away more from it that, like, a lot of my family members thought it was really cool. Because, you know, Jim from The Office is someone they know. They don't know all the YouTubers that we know. But they see me getting recognized by someone who they recognize as a celebrity. And that was so cool for them. And then they were all excited. And like that was the best part of the experience for me. It was cool to have friends and family all excited. It didn't actually do my channel a lot of good business-wise. It wasn't bad for it, but it just wasn't a big boost like you might expect. Let's see here. What question shall I answer? And I'm only answering a few, so these ones are very valuable. This accent is all over the place. Would I ever dub the DuckTales theme song? Oh, that would be a great dub. DuckTales, woo! Yeah, I could totally see me doing that. Hi from Italy. Love your videos. That's such a nice message. Thank you, Skates. What was my favorite Write Me a Song to make? Oh, I don't know. I never had I never have a clear, I didn't then and still don't now have a clear favorite of Write Me a Song. I enjoyed a lot of it, but there wasn't one that was head above the others. Salvatore asks, can I play Baby on Board? I already did a dub of Baby on Board. Just search for it. And last question. What was my opinion of Yai 500? That's a good one. I was curious to see what Jack would do for it. The format of the show doesn't necessarily lend itself to extravaganza, but that's kind of what you need to achieve in a landmark episode like number 500. So, I mean, it was good. I admit I have not watched the whole thing. I watched little chunks of it here and throughout. And he just sort of like pulled all of the little bits he'd done over the years into a big mega one. I think it is the end game to the Yai series. It's satisfying. That's my number one word to describe it. It was satisfying. I felt I came out of it and was like, this was not a letdown. Which is a weird way to say I liked it. What I mean is, like, it didn't blow me away, but it was I very confidently say it was good enough. It was a good 500. I don't feel let down by it. I enjoyed watching it. There you have it. All right, well, folks, I know if I could literally just stream forever without ever stopping, and more questions would come in, and that makes me feel amazing. However, I'm done for now. So maybe I don't know, I never scheduled these hanging out on the floor things. They require a very specific mood to be in and a slot of free time. But maybe I'll do another one. Who knows? There's also on my Discord server, there is an Ask Questions channel where you can leave questions and I'll answer them. So, feel free to do that if you want to do that. Thanks very much to anyone who donated, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in Late Night Piano. 2 streams in 2 days. I don't think I've ever done that. Rowdy. Yeah, fantastic. All right. I will see you guys then. Tschüss.